Hello everybody, welcome back to an episode of Blue Archive. In the last one, we started the prologue of Act 2. We're off to a new story. We're off next, we're to the General Student Council. I don't know how many chapters there are in here, so let's just keep going and see where we end up. So, let's see. It's been quite some time, Sensei. Actually, that's not accurate. It hasn't been too long since I last went to Shale to collect your last report. It's been forever, Aoi. When you leave, I just wait for you to come back. You're incredibly forthright with your students, Sensei. Perhaps it comes from a lack of awareness or judgment. Regardless, I'm not contacting you for General Student Council matters. Not in the strictest sense. I have a request of a more personal matter. To cut to the chase, do you have plans this weekend? Could it be... Hey, you're asking me out? Excuse me. I'll go contact anyone else. Wait a minute, at least tell me what's going on. Fine. I don't like repeating myself, so listen carefully. Rin. No, I mean the chief officer. She's been overworked lately. It's been a given since the General Student Council president went missing, but the situation's becoming more dire as of late. I've no small mistakes in her reports that are unlike her, and her skin is even worse than usual. For the sake of the General Student Council's daily operations, I can't allow this to continue. It has been busier than usual lately. The opposite. Our workload has become much more manageable as of late. From a financial perspective, we've already recovered about 70% of the losses incurred from the General Student Council president's disappearance. However, the chief officer remains unsatisfied. She refuses to rest. She is afraid of another crisis striking the General Student Council if she can't achieve the superhuman results that the president had been able to deliver, especially after the coup. She works every weekend. She refuses every suggestion to take a break. This is where we require your assistance, Ghost Sensei. Use your persuasive skills, invoke Shield's authority, do what you must. Just get ready to take this weekend off. Well, must be serious. Jesus Christ. Going that far. That said, let's go! It's time for a break, Rennie. Also, don't call me Rennie. Where is this coming from? The break is unnecessary. I get the required 6 hours of sleep every night and never skip meals. Isn't it 8 hours of sleep? I would have never let my health decline. That would affect my ability to work, so please don't concern yourself with trivialities. I object. It has been affecting your work. Look at this safety incident report you submitted yesterday. Use single parentheses here, when there should only be used in the table of contents. You normally wouldn't have made this mistake. I assure you haven't been feeling well lately. We're just talking about parentheses here, right? Following correct process is essential. If the established format suddenly changes, it could affect the readability or meaning. These are the basics of drafting official documents. My apologies. Looks like I forgot to give it a final review. I can assure you this won't happen again. No, you can't. Not if you don't take some time off, Chief Officer. You haven't taken a single vacation day for over a month. When you're experiencing burnout, these kind of routine tasks are where concentration slips the most. Take this weekend off. I'll postpone this quarter's financial report deadline to next week. I don't need a break. Thanks to everyone's ceaseless efforts, we've managed to rebuild most of the destroyed infrastructure. But that hasn't done much to restore the public's confidence in our competence. In times like these, when it's most dangerous to let our guard down, moments of peace are just moments when criminals are biding their time. And that bird isn't yours alone shoulder, Rin. The General Student Council President would have been able to. Before I am a Chief Officer, I'm the Acting Student Council President. In her absence, I must fill the holes that she's left. But she was a genius, and I'm just a person. The only way someone like me can live up to her legacy is through hard work. Rin. I have to go to the Trinity for a meeting with some Tea Party officials this weekend as well. Leave that to me! Ayumu? I'm already going to Trinity for the Regulatory Committee. The main subject of the agenda was the extradition of Jihanna students who have been arrested in Trinity, correct? The Jihanna head prefect delegated the authority of this matter to me, so you can go enjoy your weekend. Thank you. That would take care of that. But I have other matters to attend to. There was an issue with consumer goods transport due to bottlenecks in the Kansaki port. Oh, isn't that from the train derailment 3 days ago? That's all sorted out already. I just adjusted the train schedule. There's a new prototype. There's no potato chip flavor releasing this Saturday, so I made sure to get all the work done early this weekend. This feels like a coordinated effort to take my work from me. I can hardly ignore everyone's concerns and dig my heels in now. Fine, I give in. I'll take some time off this weekend. The last time you said that you took paperwork home with you and still worked all weekend. We won't let you waste this vacation, even if we had to force it on you. This is why we're going on a date this weekend, Rennie. Don't call me Rennie. Also, this is absolutely not a date. Sorry, I tried data. This is not a data. Alright, I tried to say two things at once. I must be a bit flustered. The brash bonus should be studied, Sensei. Do you proposition all your students like this? It's on a student-by-student basis. We're gonna help you relax, Ren. Okay, I'll join you this weekend, Sensei. I've actually been curious how you spend your days off. Mine? According to the rumors, students have been seeing you on your hands and knees, searching under the vending machines, or even sunbathing in the middle of the street. Do any of these ring a bell? I don't think so. You know what they say about rumors. I'm happy to hear that. Well, if it works for you, I'll meet you in the front of the General Student Council building Saturday morning. And one last thing. It is not a date. As promised, I head to the General Student Council building on Saturday morning to meet Rin. I found her waiting outside the building. Oh, look at her in casual wear. Snazzy. Rin? Please let me explain. I realize the implications you are probably drawing from my outfit, but I assure you they're incorrect. Please explain then. I woke up and had fully intended to put on my usual uniform. But Chief of Finance stole all the uniforms from my closets. She insisted I needed to be fully separate myself from work this weekend. So I was essentially forced to meet you in my civilian clothes. I hope you understand. Oh, I don't see a problem with that at all. That outfit looks so cute on you. I would like to emphasize that this is not a date. You can do that. That's how I'm seeing it. Sensei! I'm choosing to ignore that comment. If I were to react to every single thing one of these jokes of yours, that we would end up spending my entire weekend off on this stoop. So, where are we going today? Oh, well, they're supposed to plan that. Of course, you're the one who invited me to spend your day off together, my sensei. Don't tell me. If you haven't planned anything in particular, I'll go back to my room and get some work done. Are you kidding me? I have a minute-by-minute itinerary schedule. Today's date, Kivotors from a local's perspective. Local? I know you've been here for a while now, but I do believe I've lived in DU for significantly longer than you have, Sensei. Now, I suppose seeing the district through your eyes may not be the worst use of time. Shall we? She just looked cute in her casual wear. Where is this? It's a food street in Romini Town. There's all kinds of different cuisines here. I've seen the reports of Romini Town's recent profit margins, but it's different seeing it in person. You can feel the energy from a little hustle and bustle. The entire alley is food stalls now, which are causing long lines that stretch all the way down the main road. I didn't realize how congested it is here. We need to allocate more resources to facilitate foot traffic. Let me make a note to reach out to the Valkyrie and ask them to deploy personnel to this location. The whole point today is not to think about work, Rin. Oh, Sensei! Alone again? I'll give you a special discount for today. Come in, come in! Hello, it's been a while. I actually have a student with me today. What? You're taking a student out and you brought her to this dump? She deserves better than some street food. Take her out to a nice restaurant. Don't take advantage of your popularity and make sure to treat your... Don't take advantage of your popularity. Make sure you treat your students right. That kind of mindset is going to get you in trouble one day. I'll take that into consideration. Sensei fits in with right in with everyone. Says to treat them like any other local. Let's see, what's a daily special? I'd recommend the seafood yakisoba. We got a real fresh shipment of squid from Kanisake Port this morning. Want 2 seafood yakisoba then. Coming right up. Here you go, 2 seafood yakisoba. Eat while it's hot. Thank you. I actually haven't had yakisoba in a while. I ordered without even asking. Sorry about that. Do you not like yakisoba? No, it's not that. I usually work while I eat, so I tend to go for meals that are easy to prepare and eat. I rarely have a chance to eat things like the yakisoba. Noodles get soggy quickly, and they're the best eaten as soon as they're made. But when General Student Council President was here, she just tried to take a break for a quick snack, no matter how busy it was. Now that I think about it, we had street food like this a lot. So it's nostalgic, more than anything. I'm glad it still tastes the same. Does it? It's hard to figure out what students like to eat these nowadays, so it sure feels my heart to hear that. I swear it was just yesterday that everything was about making things as spicy as humanly possible. But now the trend seems to be to drown everything in cheese. I've been debating if I need to change my recipe to keep up with the times. While it's valuing adapting to change, it's equally important to preserve our culture and values. Because there will always be those who miss those steadfast times. You should know how to soothe an old soul. Now that I'm getting a good look at you, your face looks awfully familiar. I usually never forget a customer's face. I'm Mrs. Rennie. She's the General Student Council Chief. Don't call me Rennie. That's it. I've seen you on the emergency press conference on Kronos. The acting president, right? You're dressed up so nice for your date. That's why I didn't recognize you. It's not a date. Perfect timing. I've been having some trouble with something lately. Maybe you could help. Has there been something wrong with the DU's water supply? It's been turning off as it pleases lately. And I almost closed at a loss yesterday because the water got cut off in the middle of the day without saying a word of warning. On behalf of the General Student Council, I sincerely apologize for the inconvenience. We're still working on restoring the Sanctum Tower, which is largely responsible for managing infrastructure in Kivotors. Until it's fully repaired, we may continue to experience similar outages. We've recently increased the number of personnel working on the tower, so I'd like to ask for your continued understanding. Of course. I feel a little bit bad about complaining now. Huh? I thought the restoration efforts were all done. Structurally, the building itself is, but the Sanctum Tower is meaningless without its operating system, which is where we're having the most trouble. We've installed some temporary measures to restore the power and water to the citizens for the time being. The Sanctum Tower's operating system is like much of the other super technology in Kivotors, and the General Student Council President was the only one who knew how it worked. While we were able to maintain it in her absence, rebuilding them from scratch is a different matter entirely. With the temporary system we've installed, which has been functioning well enough, it falls short when compared to the original control system's capabilities. Oh no, Ren's work has been activated. I need to steer us away from work when any means necessary. Now that we're done eating, do you want to go watch something? Do you have something specific in mind? A new movie just released that the students have been really enjoying. Have you heard of Shupo's Grand Adventure? Shupo? That puppy mascot that won the character competition hosted by the DU Road Management Bureau of the Transportation Office? According to reports, they selected the safest option as the winner, as there were too many issues with using Momo Friends characters in official documents. However, it never really caught on with students, so there's been a lot of criticism across departments that it was a waste of resources. You never know until you try, right? Maybe it's one of those things you need to see in person. Okay. It'll be a good opportunity to evaluate its effect and positive improvements in person. Please stop thinking about work! But work seemed to be the only thing Ren was capable of thinking about. He's a workaholic. The move was more serious than I expected. What'd you think of it, Ren? I thought the aisle leading to the emergency exit was narrow in comparison to the size of the screening hall. Narrow walkways like that cause a bottlenecking during evacuation, endangering citizens' safety. I'll need to send a ticket to the establishment later to rectify that and ensure their building's up to code across the board. That's what you got out of it! I'd hoped she would be able to snap out of work mode as we continue our day, but... Sensei, did you ask for a receipt for those clothes? Even if it's cash or for personal use, please keep the receipt for your taxes. What? You're hiding your shopping habits from a certain someone? Oh boy. Surely you don't mean anyone from the treasurer's office, do you? Sumomo, I'm currently in Alba Central. CN Tower was scheduled to be demolished last month, wasn't it? Why am I still seeing it here? Summarize, demolition was delayed because cost negotiation with the contract came to a standstill? This matter should have been reported to me as soon as it happened. Please submit a detailed report when it happened by next Tuesday. Everywhere you went, Rin still prioritized her work over enjoying her day off. She's a workaholic, I'm telling you. They don't like days off. This wasn't in my original plans, but it looks like I have to resort to drastic measures. What is this? Oh. We're at an arcade! No weekend day is complete without an arcade. Have you been to an arcade before, Rid? No, this will be my first time. Even before I joined the General Student Council, I'd never been to one. How is that humanly possible? Is that so shocking? I never saw a reason to. I never had much interest in video games, nor am I particularly good at them. They're not used for my studies or work, so I saw no advantage in investing time into them. So you have your weaknesses, Red. In that case, fight me in Student Fighter 2! Winner gets asked one thing for the loser. What? You can't be serious. The odds are stacked too highly in your favor. I don't know how to play. So you're running away now that got me in? If you're afraid of losing, just say it. Schoolyard taunts don't work on me. Anyways, there's no need for bets. If we're trying to have fun, I would rather play without any looming penalties. You didn't think I would enjoy it if the stakes were too low? Please don't worry about that. You sound just like her. The president? Rennie, you wanna play Reversey? Found a Reversey box in the storage room. Let's make a bet. The loser buys the winner a drink. Huh? You never play seriously, though. Put some kind of stakes on it, Rennie. I want you to be as invested as I am. I swear all I did was blink. You filled the entire board with black stones. Fine. I'll take the bet as long as the request is within reasonable bounds. What does reasonable mean to you? Exactly as it sounds. Like buying the winner a drink or doing their work. While there are plenty of rumors about you, I'm sure you wouldn't actually ask a student for something absurd like licking your feet or kicking down on all fours. Wow. Don't talk to Iori. Reward of some kind would make the game more interesting, I suppose. We're already here, so I may as well make the most of it. Well, let me use the first round and get used to the mechanics. Round 1, fight! So here's my skills. Got it. This button is to block an attack. I understand it now. Let's continue. Round 2, fight! My character does better from a distance. If I just apply pressure and go for a low. Nagami Ren win! Battle round! Just concentrating. Nagami Ren, perfect! Perfect? Are you sure you never played before? I did tell you when we first got here. This is my first time at an arcade. And no, I've never played this genre of the game before either. All I need to do is base into the attack and block button, but at the right time, no? It's easier than working at General Student Council, that's for certain. I have to be ready to react to anything at any time. You say it like it's so easy. I have the potential to be a genius gamer. You flatter me. Even if I have some crude talent, I'm sure someone who's actually good at video games will laugh at the notion. For example, Sensei, it's a bit early, but could I make you a request right now? I don't mind. Are you sure? There are a lot of people around us. Just what are you thinking? I'd like you to accompany me somewhere. There's someone I want to talk to. Queen's Gambit. Are we in an interrogation room? What is this? Prisoner 1192, you have a visitor. What's that? She's got a spork. Kaya! And here I was, wondering who would visit me at this hour. What brings you here, acting General Student Council President? Dressed all cute, too. Judging by the fact that you even brought Shell Sensei with you, are you here to brag about your date? Not at all. Why does everyone keep jumping to that assumption? I wanted to check in on you and ask a few questions. Chief Officer Rin, wouldn't it be better for someone in your position to just send someone or leave a note? I'm awfully aware how busy you must be as the acting student, as the acting president. Do you really have time to dawdle in here in the Corrections Bureau? Thank you for your concern, but today's my day off. I've left each department strict guidelines to follow, so they'll be fine no matter what crises occur. So on your precious day off, you can't make small talk with an enemy? Are you actually an idiot? Or does it fulfill some kind of sadistic urge in you to taunt a prisoner? If you're uncomfortable with me being here, I'll leave it and send you a letter instead. Hold on, I didn't say that. Don't leave yet. I mean, I happen to have a moment and you have made the effort to come all the way out here. It'd be a shame if I didn't spare some time for you. Oh, you're normally pretty busy in here. Of course, as soon as I wake up, I go for a run. Then before breakfast, I read self-help books and leadership. And after breakfast, Okay, fine. I have no schedule at all. It's rare to find something enjoyable to do, let alone someone to talk to in prison. I do appreciate that they separated me to keep me from running into any of the Fox Squad members, but that means I don't have anyone to talk to at all. I'm essentially in solitary confinement. I have ridiculously limited access to outside news, and I don't get any visitors. But I'm still not happy to see you, okay? So you're lonely. I'm glad to see that you're in good health. Of course I am. I'm destined for greatness. A superhuman like me won't falter and neglect my well-being for a single mistake. I may have slipped from my path, but I will recover. And when I do, I'll stage a successful coup, regain my power. I thought this before, but I hadn't had to acknowledge your boundless confidence. You don't seem to know what defeat is and march endlessly forward no matter what the obstacle in judgment. I've never seen you lose a game. Which is why I wanted to ask you to play chess with me. Rook, h8, check. Bishop, h3. Knight, g6. Rook, f7, check. King, h6. Queen, g6, check. I lost. Your chess skills haven't dulled at all, Kaya. I never met someone quite like you. Like I said, there's not much to do here. I've been solving chess problems by myself. This is my first time actually playing chess against someone else since I started, but I think I've improved it quite a bit. When chess is this simple for me, I still can't seem to understand why my tactics didn't work back then. What is that look? What's wrong with you? What I said? Still don't understand, Kaya. Tactics and perfect plans mean nothing in the real world. Life isn't like a chessboard. Because neither you nor your subordinates are superhumans. People are not chess pieces. The harder you try to control them, the harder they become to manage. For an ordinary person, one who couldn't become a superhuman, the best they can do is maintain the status quo. And you think you would have been able to succeed where I couldn't? No, I'm no superhuman either. There's no way, there's only one superhuman we know of that can move people across the board like chess pieces. You're right. She could have done it. She never would have needed to in the first place. No one would have questioned her. The idea of having to prove herself was probably a foreign concept to her. I've been chasing her shadow ever since she disappeared. Just like you. I thought it was my chance to become a superhuman. I thought I could become the perfect replacement. I read through countless records, thinking that if I just tried hard enough. But here I am. When Kivotors fell into chaos, what was it that they had the Fox Squad bring to you from the Shell basement? There are too many people here, I can ask them to leave. I have the power to do at least that much, as the acting president. No, it's fine. What difference does it make to me now? I had them bring me a plain old wristwatch. More so, what appeared to be one. Please elaborate. After the General Student Council president disappeared, I secretly investigated everything she left behind. Most of it was just personal belongings, things like school supplies and teacup sets. But what I was looking for was an artifact, one powerful enough to transfer the Sacred Tower's control. Exactly. Sensei's Shidim chest. If an artifact powerful enough to control Kivotors' infrastructure with a swipe of the hand existed, I thought there must be one. Which maybe even a more powerful one than the chest. And when I was going through the records of the General Student Council president, I found records of just that. Another artifact stored inside the shell basement. The Staff of Shakid. Based on the president's records, it's an object capable of discerning the truth. Did you say the Staff of Shakid? Oh, you already knew, Sensei. Not in so many words, just sounds vaguely familiar. You got my hopes up for nothing. How boring. It was difficult to tell from the records just what discerning the truth meant, so I ordered the Fox Squad to bring it to me. I figured that the Staff of Shakid really was comparable to the Shidim Shaz that would benefit me not only in my coup, but also in controlling the General Student Council. But once I had it in my hands, the Staff of Shakid seemed like nothing more than an ordinary watch. I studied about it this way and that, but really didn't seem to be anything but tell the time. And I'd forgotten about it by the time the coup began. I put it back in the chest it was originally stored in and left it in the General Student Council building storage room. Unless someone took it, it should still be in there. I wonder why the Staff of Shakid didn't work. I could never figure it out. Maybe there's some special way to operate it, or I just don't know how to possess the ability to control this artifact. Or maybe the General Student Council president's records were wrong. The user of the Shidim chest might be able to get something out of it, Sensei. We'll investigate once we get to the General Student Council. And we're back at work again. Don't worry too much, Sensei. Despite appearances, I've been enjoying my time off. Enjoying a nostalgic meal and playing games with longtime rivals is an uncommon experience for me. So I should make the most of it while I can. If you don't mind, Kaya, maybe I can make up for my embarrassing loss from earlier with a rematch? I'm always happy to play chess, but I have no plans on going easy on you. My first move, pawn to d4, pawn d5. Chief Officer, this might not suit your style, but sometimes if it's an effective gambit to sacrifice a pawn to strengthen your mid game. Pawn c4. Pawn e6. I'll decline. Sky blue tinted nostalgia. I almost forgot about Kai, to be honest with you. That was so long ago. After we finished our visit with Kaya, I escorted Rin back to the General Student Council building. I really don't need an escort back. It's too late for you to be taking this kind of detour for my sake. Don't mind me, I'm doing this because I want to. And it's dangerous to walk aimlessly, you know? Although my expertise is in office work, I'm also a member of the General Student Council. The kinds of thugs we get in this area pose no problem to me. If anything, Go Sensei, you're the one who would be in much more danger. Although it's a moot point now. Since you're already here, would you like to come in for a little bit? Rin, although I fully understand your intentions, visiting the person's place on the very first date is a bit... Will you quit it? I wanted to examine the Staff of Shakid that Kaya mentioned. It appeared to be nothing more than an ordinary smartwatch to Kaya, but maybe it'll react to you the same way the Shidim just did, Sensei. Man, if it really is meant but what it said it was, it may help us stabilize Kivotors, or even lead to a clue about the president's whereabouts. So I'd like to investigate as soon as possible. Are we really in that much of a rush? We have more important things to do right now. What could possibly be more important than finding the president? It's your vacation, Ren. You're supposed to be on a break today, which means you're not supposed to be working. I understand. It's been a long day, so you should also go back to get some rest, Sensei. You'd excuse me then. She's gonna get back to work, isn't she? Yeah, there she is. So this is... The Staff of Shakid must be inside this chest. It's locked. Beyond that, there doesn't seem anything in particular special about it. And what's this emblem? It's not the General Student Council's. This belongs to the president? What could this emblem possibly be? And the phrase written below. That which brought you out of heaven. Connection to password authorized. User, Chief Officer Nanagami Rin, current acting student council president. Comparison result, 990 match with the authorized individual's voice print. Verified. Lifting the ARC seal. That was easy. Which must mean this watch really is a staff of Shakid. But it looks just like an ordinary smartwatch to me. Sensei is likely my only option. I wondered this about the seating chest as well, but what could the president have wanted with these items? I thoroughly understand that only a superhuman could move the pieces that make up this world. But is only an adult like Sensei allowed to access the fragments you left behind? President. I'm not good enough to fill a hole you've left. If you can hear me, I don't care if it's a lie. But can you tell me everything will be okay? Or anything at all? Rinny? Rinny? What would you do if you just disappeared one day? If you're planning on a long vacation, please submit the request at least 2 weeks in advance. No, I mean hypothetically. What if I got injured or really sick and I couldn't make it to work? Or what if there was a sudden incident and I disappeared? How would you feel, Rin? It's a difficult hypothetical to indulge, but if it were to happen, it'd be problematic at best. My workload would likely double. How mean! That's all I mean to you. This is not the obvious line of thought. You just look at the amount of work, not to mention the complexity of it that you're handling. It would be impossible to backfill your position. That's not true. With enough hard work and dedication, anyone could do anything. I'm really not all that important. And there's one thing I'm not the most capable person can replace, and that's Rin. Rin, wake up. Chief Officer Nanagami Rin! That voice. Good morning, Rin. Did you fall asleep working? It's always good to work hard, but how many times do I have to tell you? None of that matters if you ruin your health in the process. You. Who are you? You're not a council member. How'd you get in here? Aw, that hurts! Have you forgotten what I look like already? Maybe you're still dreaming. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I'll introduce myself. I'm your old friend. The president of the General Student Council, who governs Kivotors, the Academy City. General Student Council president. Oh. Thought she had blue hair, though! This ain't right. Error in memory. You. The General Student Council president? Of course I am. What's going on, Ren? I know I've been away for a long time, but I'm hardly a stranger. No, you are a stranger. Who are you? Ren, you must be mad at me for disappearing like that. I don't want to make excuses, but just let me explain. It wasn't a passive-aggressive comment because I'm angry. I meant it exactly as I said it. I don't know you. I have no memories of someone like you in my life at all. I know the president's face, so for you to claim to be her, this is a prank on someone's behalf or something more sinister, I do not find it funny. I really wanted to avoid this. Protocol team, can you call Aoi? No. Chief of Finance right now. Tell us about a concern I have about the Chief Officer's condition. What could her plan be? Why would you endanger yourself further by calling the Chief of Finance here? She should be called out on her line immediately. Ah, Rin. No, Chief Officer, there you are. I heard you didn't return to your room last night. Did you get so stressed from being away from your work that pulled you an all-nighter here? That defeats the entire purpose of you taking a break. That's hardly the issue right now. The stranger. Anyways, what did you need from me, President? What? Owie, what'd you call this person just now? The president? She called me here on business. Even you, Owie. You find nothing strange about that person pretending to be the president right now? Ren, what are you saying? Sitting behind the desk is our General Student Council president. This ain't right. Who's this? Oh. Huh? The president? I don't think she looks any different. I guess the revive is kind of different. I don't know. Of course I do. How could I forget that voluminous platinum blonde hair that looks like just like Pollock rolled potato chips? You swear the press had blue hair? Maybe you should go look at platinum in the dictionary. What the General Student Council president looked like? Of course I remember. She had pink hair and green eyes. Wait, no, this is what the former acting president Kai looked like. What did the president look like? Maybe black hair? Ren, you keep repeating the same questions and I don't know what to say. She seems the same to me. This may come off a bit rude, but do you think maybe you've been pushing yourself too hard lately? Perhaps you just need a good night's rest. Haven't you calmed down? This isn't like you, Ren. How does no one remember? After all that we've been through together. Why does no one remember the president? I refuse to believe it. Who are you and how have you tricked everyone into believing you're the president? Perhaps this is my fault. Maybe I was asking too much of you to fill my position while I was away. Human memories are fickle, and excessive stress or fatigue can really affect the brain. So it's okay that you don't remember me. No, I am not confused. Even if the others don't remember, I've held on to the fragments of her all this time. Look, this photo of me, the president that I carry with me. Oh. How? Just disappeared from the far photo? I'm sorry, Ren. I'm back now, so you can take a step back from work. Why don't you take this chance to get a nice long vacation? This photo was definitely... Good morning, Rennie. Did you get a night's sleep? Yo, Sensei! Perfect timing. I need to ask you something. Does this student look like the General Student Council president to you? Huh? The president? Sorry, but I don't know her. I knew it! I knew I wasn't the only one who remembered what the actual president looked like. And surely the president that I remember isn't the wrong one, right? Calm down, Ren. She's starting to look pretty troubled. Let's calm down and hear her out first. Oh my. I've never seen Ren turn into an adult like that before. It's good to see our stubborn Ren loosen up a little bit, but it makes me a bit more sad too. Can I ask you to introduce yourself? Well then, greetings. I'm the president of the General Student Council, who governs Kivotors, the Academy City. It's a bit embarrassing to say this myself, but I'm pretty well known here in the Kivotors. It's rare to find a citizen who doesn't know who I am. So I'm surprised you don't know me. If you're coming here from the outside of Kivotors, if possible, I'd like for you to introduce yourself as well. I'm Ghost, Shell Sensei. Shale? Oh, what exactly does this Shale organization do? Shale is a federal investigation club, an organization with extrajudicial authority. Shale hears out and solves students' problems. An investigation organization extrajudicial authority that transcends the Academy power. A strong organization with such authority would need permission from the General Student Council president to operate. However, I don't recall ever establishing such an organization. This isn't a matter I can just brush aside. What? Really? Oh boy. Return of the Superhuman. Oh boy. Something's fucked up here. I explained to the student council, claiming to be the General Student Council president, of everything that happened while she was gone. I see. So much has happened while I was gone. I have no excuses. But not everything is adding up to me. I don't remember anything about the just Sheetum chest you speak of. And I gave it to you? It looks like an ordinary tablet to me. And let's say I did. The idea of a tablet, one that can easily be stolen, that grants full access to the Sanctum Tower's operating system is ridiculously unsafe. All it would take is one person with a malicious intent to take hold of the Sheetum chest, and we'd be facing an irreversible crisis. Don't you agree, Sensei? It's true. Likewise, the staff of Shiki, the other artifact that Red mentioned, looks like an ordinary wristwatch to me. And above all, I wouldn't rely on my serious artifacts of unknown origins and workings to resolve serious matters that would affect the whole of Kivotors. This supposed plan of mine is full of holes that I can't comprehend. So I believe some adjustments are necessary. This is her angle, to shut down Shale. Everything I did based on the document the General Student Council President left in her absence. If you really are her, then you would remember this, where you established both Shell and Sensei's appointment to the role. I can't deny that the signature on this document isn't mine, and Shell's accomplishments in Kivotors during my absence are nothing to scoff at. I've already read through the reports. And what I really read was that you worked hard to protect the students' autonomy and safety without it once abusing the authority granted to you. I have no intention of denying or rejecting Shale. More than anything, I owe you a huge thank you for all you did on behalf of the General Student Council. A relief. I was worried I was about to lose my job. Surely not. I'm not so inflexible I just cast aside the savior of Kivotors because of my faulty memories. However, despite these faulty memories of ours, I will need to speak more and come to an agreement together. If you are the real General Student Council President, then why did you abandon your role and disappear without warning? Where have you been this entire time? What were you doing? Fortunately, I don't think I have the satisfactory answer for you. I have clear memories of the last day I carried out my official duties before the General Student Council President disappeared from the records. Just like any other day, I reviewed the documents on my desk, signed them, and left the office. But everything after that, it's like a thick fog takes over my brain. At some points, I wondered if I'd fall into a coma without realizing it. But I eventually came to consciousness, only to find a completely different Kivotors than what I'd known. And then I met you, who doesn't remember me at all. Your explanation is only confusing me even more. I understand. I know this doesn't answer any of your questions. But it's because even I don't understand it myself. The world has always been an enigmatic puzzle. If you think about all the impossible problems and accidents that occurred in Kivotors, my memory loss is a drop in the ocean. That's why I can't just remain floating in the water, regardless of what does or doesn't make sense. I have responsibilities to carry out as the General Student Council President. Ren, let's continue this conversation whenever we can. And I'll do my best to live up to the General Student Council President until you can accept me. Even if it ends and you reject me entirely, I won't run away from my responsibilities. How are you saying the same words that she did? Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have an entire mountain of work to catch up on. Oh, and I'd like to extend the same invitation to you, Shell Sensei. Please feel free to visit the General Student Council anytime if you wish to speak with me. Something ain't adding up here. I apologize for making this request of you in our first meeting in so long, but would you be willing to withdraw the Trinity Tea Leaves distribution regulation the Tea Party proposed last month, Ms. Nagisa? I was all at Twitter to wonder what the General Student Council President wished to discuss with me after her long absence. However, I found myself rather disappointed. Our answer remains the same. As we told the Chief of the Regulatory Committee, we cannot. You see, this is a rather mild response from Trinity, in fact. This is the bare minimum to ensure our schools receive their due share, as well as to streamline our distribution channels. We take pride in the care we put into growing and preserving our tea leaves, and these regulations ensure that they're not underestimated by the market. We hope you can understand. Furthermore, it is my understanding that the General Student Council does not possess the authority to intercede with the ordinances from individual academy districts. Could there have been a shift in policy without you having notified us? No, not at all. Of course, each district has the right to propose ordinances based on their needs, and the General Student Council respects such right. But please try to see my side of things. Trinity's tea leaves account for a significant share of Kivotors' supply, and demand causes prices to skyrocket once you cut off the city from that source. Take Red Winter Academy, who has to import all their tea leaves. They found themselves on the short end of the stick here. I did not realize that Trinity was responsible for the well-being of other academies. Actually, while we're on the topic, I had just had a cup of the black tea the tea party sent to us. The freshness and sweet undernotes were innovative. What's in the new blend? How keen of you. Yes, the blend had a light touch of citrus oil. Well, I'm pleased to hear you enjoyed it. Why the change in subject? Well, I just couldn't help but feel I really wanted a delicious dessert with that smooth cup of lady grey tea. For example, like a chocolate pie generously topped with Red Winter's lingonberries. I was just imagining how Red Winter students would react, speak of Trinity just general school, if they were to try a Trinity tea that pairs well with their fruits. What do you think, Miss Nagisa? I believe fine tea must be served with befitting dessert. I understand well what you're implying. I'll reconsider our current distribution regulations. That's all I ask. Thank you. Yes, of course. It's rather refreshing to hear a conversation with another tea sommelier. It's been quite some time since I've split leaves on the nuances of tea. Next time you visit the tea party, I will treat you to our newest blend. I'll be counting down the days. Amidst the increasing criminal activity throughout the DU lately, an internal investigation from the defense office claims that Chihanna students were responsible for 50% of those incidents in the past few months. That's all. That said, Deputy Chief of Defense has reportedly sent an official letter to Chihanna requesting cooperation with the investigation, but has not received a response yet. Ms. Makoto, as the chairman of the Pandemonium Society, do you know anything about this matter? It's a foolish question that's not even worth answering. Of course not. Then would the Pandemonium Society be willing to provide the necessary personnel and resources to better manage criminal activity coming out of the Gienna? Why are you asking that of us? That's the prefect team's duty. And Gienna, out of Gienna, whatever. It's not the Pandemonium Society's business to keep students in check. In other words, this whole issue is because of head prefect Hina. Wait a second. If what you say is true, then we can hardly continue trusting the administrative tasks of the prefect team as you requested in the past. I see. I don't understand the situation. This really was all caused by head prefect Hina's incompetence. The president? Huh? Yes, you finally get it. I can't believe I told our Chairman Makoto, who must be utterly overwhelmed by managing such an incompetent head prefect. Can't even begin to manage the workload of a work leader like yourself. I have no excuses. No need to apologize. I, the great Makoto, and the magnanimous figure, I do not discipline those who can reflect on their mistakes. Besides, I'm glad that the General Student Council president is someone who I can reason with, unlike a certain someone. Is there anything you need from me from the Pandemonium Society? No, that was all. After all, Chairman Makoto, dealing with the head prefect must keep both your hands very, very full. I like the way you think. That's right. Route all those annoying problems to the prefect team, since they're the ones responsible for all that stuff in Gienna. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Deputy Chief of Defense, contact Gienna's prefect team and request their cooperation. Please share all the data and suspect intel the defense officer provided us. You have my approval for whatever supplies the prefect team may request. Send the invoice to the regulatory committee chief in charge of Gienna. Yes! And a box of caffeine pills and just a message for President Sarasaki. She'll appreciate them. What did you just say to me? What do you mean Morikori's season-exclusive chocolate pudding won't be released in Red Winter? All I said with the General Student Council is the wrong place to be asking about a specific company's product release. And you're even more wrong for calling the transportation office. What a pain. Huh? Aren't you in charge of dessert-related tasks in the General Student Council? I saw you once. You were waiting the Waylander for the Garupi pop-up store, so I draw the natural conclusion. That was totally someone else? Look, the point is, I can't do anything about pudding, so go ask someone else. Did you think that one and only Shirina would fall for such duplicity? This is a blatant discrimination. You look to undermine my authority by releasing the pudding in other cabins, not ours. The Red Winter office will utilize all possible means to protest the General Student Council until you solve this. This is seriously annoying. Huh. Do you mind if I interject my opinion here? And you are... It has been a while, Student Council President of Red Winter Academy, Head of Beautification, Great Leader, Head of Physical Education and the Catering Department, and the Red Winter Academy's best at Pecure, Chirino. Good lord, she sucked up to her real quick. This is the General Student Council President. Your mustache is gleaming magnificently today as usual. If it's not rude of me to ask, can I help but wonder what your mustache care routine is? You must feel the weight of authority from my perfectly groomed mustache. Very sharp, President of the General Student Council. However, I, unfortunately, have no answer for your question. It is all natural. Oh, very envious. I understand why so many Red Winter students sing high praises of your mustache, President Ms. Torino. Anyways, I heard that the new limited chocolate pudding from Morikori is very stickly. It's a huge complaint, actually, the mess it makes around your mouth when you eat one. Wouldn't countless students be devastated if your precious mustache were stained beyond repair over pudding? That's true. No! I refuse to give up. I've anticipated this limited edition pudding for months now. I'm sure this will do a little to assuage your heavy disappointment, but I actually had to have some of the limited edition caramel pudding. I'm not even gonna probably say that French word. Something or other French word released just a bit ago. Will this get prompt you to be generous enough to let that evil corporation off the hook? Just this one? Some French word caramel pudding? At your request, I will let this slide, General Student Council President. But just this once. Thank you for your understanding, Mr. Chirino. Momoka. I have no clue what she's talking about. I've never even been to a dessert pop-up store or anything like that. Even if it's for a once-in-a-lifetime dessert that you love, you can't leave the office during work hours. As members of the General Student Council, you need to set up an example for the students. I'm meeting with some pastry company owners next week. Try to get you some samples. Really? Oh boy. Wow, the General Student Council President has just got back and she's locking out all the kinds of long-standing issues by one. She's hurting all those egotistical academy leaders like they're docile lambs. Well, I wouldn't give to have that kind of charisma. She was gone for too long, but I'm glad she's back. I agree. Seriously, no one can ever replace the president. This won't do. Oh boy. Pairing. Something stinks in this joint. Alright. I'm gonna wrap it up here. When we come back, we will continue the story. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you then. Later.